Alright, nothing like a bit of basic facts practice. Today we are learning to multiply decimals by powers of 10. Now just for future reference, when we're talking about these powers of 10, what we're talking about is timesing by 10, 100 and 1000. And you could go on, but we're going to stop there. Okay, first of all, let's start with multiplying decimals by 10 first. And we're going to start with the number 45.65 times 10. Okay, first of all, whenever we're multiplying, our decimals are always going to move to the right. So they're always going to go this way. Now in the number 10 that we're multiplying by, there's only one zero. So that means that our decimal point, this thing right here, is going to move just one place to the right. So that means 45.65 times 10 equals 456.5, because we've moved the decimal place just one place to the right. Let's try another number. How about the number 24.6 times 10? So it's the same method as before. We're moving our decimal point one place to the right because we only have 1 0 and 10. So our answer is going to be 246. Because if we point our decimal point in, it's going to go right here. And 246.0 is exactly the same as 246. It's pretty easy, eh? Now let's try multiplying by another power of 10. Let's try multiplying by 100 now. Okay, let's just check out the number 75.43 times 100. Now it's the same deal as before. We're still moving to the right because we are multiplying. And in the number 100, we have two zeros now. So we don't have 1 0, we've got two zeros, and that means that we are going to move our decimal place not one but two times. So it's not so bad, is it? I think you're getting the pattern now. So if we move it two places to the right, we're going to get the number 7,543, and let's just put that decimal point in just to show where we moved it to. Alright, let's put a trickier example in now. What do we do if we get the number 16.2 times 100? It looks easier, but it's actually a little bit trickier because we don't have all the numbers to make it nice and easy to move our decimal place to. So let's see what we do. So of course, because we are multiplying by 100 and it has two zeros in it, we're going to move our decimal place two places again. So it's going to go here, and that's 1, and then again for another. Now when we move it another, we have to put a little placeholder in. And the placeholder is always going to be 0. So that makes our final answer, 16.2 times 100, must equal 1,620. So I've moved it two places, and we've moved it to here. We can put our decimal place in if we want to, but it's exactly the same number with or without it in this example. So as a quick recap, if we're timesing it by 10, 10 is 1 0, and we're going to move our decimal place just 1. If we're timesing by 100, we've got two zeros, so we're going to move our decimal place two places to the right. Okay, our final example today, we are going to look at timesing 1,000. And let's look at the number 4.3671 times 1,000. Alright, so we've got quite a big number here, but it's the same rule as before. Because we are timesing by 1,000 now, we've got 1, 2, 3 zeros. So as you can guess, we're going to move our decimal point 1, 2, 3 places to the right still. It's not so bad. So we're going to move it to here. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to stop between the 7 and the 1. So that means our final answer is going to equal 436.7. Now let's go tricky again. What if we had the number 1.6 times 1,000? What do we do? Well, we've got 3 zeros, so we're just going to move it 3 places again. But this time we have to put some placeholders in, and our placeholders are always 0. So if we move it 1, that means we're timesing it by 10, and that means the answer would be 16. Now if we move it again, we have to put in a placeholder of 0, and we need to move it a 3rd time because we're timesing it by 1,000, so we have to put another little placeholder in there. So that means our final answer is going to equal 1,600. Because if you think about it, we had a little decimal place in here, and moved it 1, 2, 3 to put it right here, and we could put our 0.0 in there if we wanted to, just to show where we put it. So that's all I've got for you guys today. If you're dividing decimals by powers of 10, you're doing exactly the same thing, but you're just going to the left instead. So it's not so bad. Once you get the hang of it, it's actually really easy. Have a great day.